I'm live. I probably should have like tested the sound, but hold on. I think I can like do this. I can buy myself flowers. Okay. Hello, it's me, Queen Sensitivity, and I'm on live because this was unprepared. And so, of course, I am. As long as it's not prepared, then that's me. Where's my selenite? To use a different one. So, today I think we'll do like a quick two pile. I'm hearing three. But a quick three pile, pick a card. But I do want to talk about quickly the energies, pick it up on. They've been very, like, it was a lot of like buildup, like the pressure of the air before a storm, like build up, and then it was a release. And that release comes with physical symptoms and like physical things, like being shifted in actual like 3D reality, if that makes sense. So there was a buildup, pressure, 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 release, whoosh, and then like actual things happen in life. So some people might have like stomach issues, headaches, head pressure, ear ringing. I don't feel like fatigue is one of them. I feel like there's been like a lack of that exhaustion, a lack of sleep, so to speak. I should probably cut on my AC, but it's okay. All right, which way do we want to go, Spirit? So let's just do, this is a mystery reading. We're gonna do three piles. I don't have no pen. Oh yes I do. Drawer. Have a pen. I don't have a pen. Drawer. 1 second. Hello. Again, soon my wash machine is gonna beep, 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 beep. But I was guided to go ahead and do this anyways. So, mystery reading, piles 1, 2, and 3. Go ahead and pick, and it'll later be in the timestamps. Yes, this is correct. So I'll first pull one card from this deck for each pile. I think it's better like getting the information that you need at the last minute, because then it's like there's a lack of there's a lack of interference, you know what I mean? Like, you know, when you tell people your business, then it'd be interference, you know what I mean? But if you just do it like right when Spirit sends the information, so I feel like that's a theme as well. Like, Spirit might seem quiet to you, because that's actually what's been happening to me, where I've been like, I can't hear anything, I'm not getting any messages. And it's like that on purpose, so that like not only do like other people or other beings or whatever not have the opportunity to interfere, it's like your own brain doesn't have the chance to like fuck up the purity of like the message, and so it comes in last minute. Is this correct? Why are there 43 people on here? 53. That's pretty strange. Am I on the wrong channel? Third. This is strange. It feels like there's an error. Why are there so many people on my live? Anyways, I don't care. Okay, 3 piles. So pile 1, let's check out your energy. Ah, the Lover's card. So I feel like pile 1, there is this sense of two things happening at once is what I'm feeling. So you might feel fairly overwhelmed at the moment. And I feel like the advice from Spirit about this is to like withdraw, pull yourself back and not make a choice. This is actually something that's been like coming up for me recently, of like you don't have to make a choice. You don't have to figure it out. It's like Spirit has to be the one. I'm seeing this dragon now. Spirit has to be the one to figure it out. Like, you don't have to like be in the driver's seat, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Yeah, there's some sort of decision, pile one. Can you show boobs on YouTube? There's some sort of decision, pile number one. And there's two things, there's two choices. And I feel like you've been like feeling overwhelmed with the two choices, but Spirit is like, you don't have to like make the choice. Like, let me do it. Yeah, then there's this Page of Cups here. So for sure, there is some sort of romantic involvement here. There's something with love, and if not like romantic love, there's something here with emotional connection to another person. So if it's not romantic love, it could just be like you don't know whether or not to tell this person like how you feel. It could be about anything. This could be a friend. I remember I had these huge feelings for one of my friends, and I didn't know if he like felt the same way. And it wasn't romantic. It was just like he was a great friend and I loved him. Which one should we do? We'll do these. There's a huge like call to slow down and like pull back. Lots of ringing in my ears. Has anybody else experienced that? Like the ringing in the ears? Okay. What does pile one need to know? Pile one, I would also say like to the point of what I was talking about earlier, like don't let everybody know your business. For me, that's a very hard thing to do because of the way that I grew up. Like always somebody has to know. But I feel like your mental health requires privacy, and that's being put in place so that spirit, the universe, can work divinely in your life. Does that make sense? It's like I was saying earlier, if you know what's gonna happen, if you know like what to do or when to do it in advance, you like your own anxiety and your own insecurities could mess something up. And so there has to be obscurity, there has to be hidden things in order for like the magic to happen. But don't mistake, oh Lord, this camera is shaking. Don't mistake not knowing stuff with negativity. It's not negative. And I'm actually hearing now, like, I heard this earlier, like, there's no such thing as bad luck. Oh my gosh, I remember. This was like a book or something that I saw. I think it was a book. Oh, hello, everyone. There was this book, and I don't know where I saw this story. I'm sorry, I don't know where I saw this story. But basically, it was just like going on. It was like, it was Bluey, the show Bluey. There was this man, and something happened. Let's say his horse ran away, and then somebody was like, oh, that's bad luck. And he was like, we'll see. And then the horse ran away, and he got like 3 more horses. Let's say he got more horses after that one horse ran away. And somebody was like, oh, that's good luck. And he was like, we'll see. And then those 3 horses like ended up, I don't know, eating all the hay or something. And somebody was like, oh, that's bad luck. And he was like, we'll see. And so basically the point is like, nothing means nothing outside of like what you make it to be and what you force it to like be in your mind. But if you constantly kind of remain neutral, everything is painted in the same kind of color, and you're always getting something. And it doesn't necessarily have to be negative or positive, but I'm feeling, because this Page of Cups and this Lover's card, that it's certainly not anything devastating. Pile number 1. I just saw some wings in my mind's eye. Yes, I saw some wings. Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh. I can't even see. It just had like a moment of like blinding light in my eye, which is strange. So, yes, there's wings here in this one. And then I just thought of my favorite book series. Hello. Well, not my favorite book series, a book by my favorite author, and it's called, what's it called? Crescent City, what's the second one called? House of Blood. I actually have the book over there. I'll probably go get it to get a message there from Pile 1, but basically there's this angel, or I think, no, it's just an angel. He gets his wings cut off, and that's like seen as like the worst thing ever, right? Like the angel getting their wings cut off. But it's not, because it's painful, but their wings can grow back. This shaking is getting on my last nerve. Oh my God. I'm so like, oh, I might have to take my phone down for this thing. It's just, I don't like the shaking. It irritates me. No wings in this one. We do have the Knight of Cups. So that's another cups. Lots of emotions. So pile number 1, I would highly recommend taking a bath if you can. If not, take a shower with some Epsom salt. Drink more water. Something to regulate your emotions, because they up and above. Okay. 10 of Pentacles in reverse. So yes, I feel like pile 1, that's what I was saying. It's not very grounded. You don't get to know, but there's 10 of the Pentacles. It feels like they're kind of like underground, if that makes sense. So like, it's okay. Like, it's okay if it don't look like there's nothing there. It's okay if it feels very empty, or like something is missing. Your pentacles are there, they're just underground. Okay? That makes sense? And these are also skulls. So this also, with this being about romance somewhat for some people, this could also be someone from the past coming back. I haven't really been picking up on a lot of past energy. So if this isn't someone from the past coming back, it could be something that you put down, like has value still. So what about, like, for example, yourself? And let's say that you don't like that you can write poetry really well. Like, maybe you think it's like a dumb thing to be good at because it's not very profitable unless you work in a very specific field. And so you're like, it's dumb that I like poetry. But now suddenly, like, poetry is like popping, and it's like bringing you in the audience that you've been looking for. Lots of ringing. Bringing you in like money and like financial support that you wanted. There's something like that you put down that is reemerging. And then finally we have the Sun, which the Sun is here. There's a lot of stuff in this Lovers card. If I can pick it up, this Lovers card. So I would highly recommend like doing more research into the Lovers card and like all the little symbolic meanings of it. Because it's in every aspect, perhaps even like looking at the story of like Adam and Eve, or maybe that's somebody's name or initials, A and E. But this Sun card is very different to the traditional tarot card. In the traditional tarot Sun card, there's like this baby on the back of this gentle white horse. And in this deck, it's a black horse. And it's not just a horse, it's a unicorn. And there is no baby. And so it's like, I feel like Spirit is saying with this card, you don't have to be innocent. You don't have to be perfect to still achieve the victory in the, what's it called? Peak of joy and happiness that the Sun card represents. You don't have to look a certain way. You don't have to talk a certain way. I feel like I was saying, there's something here with the past and something you didn't like about yourself in the past. Like maybe you don't like your weight. And then now this new person is coming in. They only like people that look like you or like way similarly to you. And so it's like, this is something that you didn't like about yourself. That's now the reason that you qualify for something else. Doesn't have to be weight. That's just something that I picked up on as an example. Like I said, writing poetry or some sort of certificate that you got that you felt like was a waste of time. And there's my washer beeping. I think we'll get some more messages. Yeah, we'll get like which oracle deck? I don't know. Let's go with the Fairies Oracle deck to close out this reading for pile number 1, and then we'll move on to pile number 2. Yikes. This fairy deck always just be all over the place. These comments are very interesting. I don't know why. My live has people on it. It's very strange. Sensation. Very interesting. So, I feel like that's something. Like, things are unexpected. Somebody said boom. Okay. Pile number 1. I feel like this was gonna be coming out easy. Yeah, just heard that. Okay. Yes, Divine Feminine. Divine Feminine. This is bad lighting. I'm sorry, I don't have a lamp yet. Divine Feminine is all about emotion. You think about like the, what's it called? The Empress card in the tarot deck. There's a lot of representations of the Divine Feminine as the Empress with like a pregnant belly. And today I was watching Sweet Tooth, and one of the characters was talking about blood is thicker than water, and she was saying that water is like the womb or something. And with this reading having a lot of like cups energy, lots of water, I feel like there may be some sort of like, how do I put this? There is something or someone, it's probably a person, who feels like family but might not be biologically related to you. And I feel like this person is challenging you, because I do feel like pile number 1, you are having a lot of frustration. This connection, whatever it is challenging you to accept that. You might have been like told your whole life, especially if you come from the South or like particular cultural backgrounds, like family is first, family is everything, like you don't go against family. Or maybe you've been like groomed your whole life to only like date inside of your race or inside of your ethnicity. We only date people that look like this. Or maybe you come from a very like queer-phobic background, transphobic background, but this person who you want and who you feel this soul family connection with is is queer, is from a different race, does not match. And so I feel like you're being challenged emotionally, like to like you feel drawn to this person. I feel like you couldn't help it even if you tried, because I feel like there could also be some sort of like connection with work or something necessitating your physical like connectedness with this person. This, I'm not talking about sexually. Let's say, for example, you and this person could live in the same building or the same neighborhood, something like that, where you have to be around this person. And so not only can you like not avoid how you feel emotionally towards this person, it's constantly being like ignited again and again by you seeing them often. And so it's like spirit pushing it in your face, and it's challenging you to be in your divine feminine energy, to be in your receptive energy, because you can't be in your masculine energy where you would be able to force this connection out of the way, or to ignore your heart and ignore your emotions. You're not allowed to do that. Okay. Yeah. Lots of baths for you. Maybe even listen to music, because there's some music here. And then there's people in the background. So maybe, I don't know, talk to your friends or talk to people that you trust. Pile number 1. I'm going to leave it here. Okay. It's so crazy because like all the cards always are so loud, and I feel like people don't know what I be talking about unless you like do readings, because this deck is like, choose me, pick me. And so pile number 2, now that I'm saying that, it's reminding me, it's already a vibe. It's reminding me of the character Meredith from Grey's Anatomy. So somebody in this pile might have some sort of connection to medicine or being in the medical field, or maybe you just like that show, or maybe you just like medicine and studying healing and stuff. I don't know. But there's that iconic scene, I think from season 1, where Meredith is confessing to Derek, and I think the initials M and D might be important, but also MD, like medicine. Where she's like, I really like that scene, because usually, you know, characters in stories, they never like, it's always the guy that has to come up and like do the confessing and be the one begging the woman for like forgiveness or to choose him after he fucked up. But in this show, in season 1, she was like, no, leave her, pick me, choose me. And I saw a video of Ellen, and she was talking about, I think her daughter or somebody was saying that, like one of the pick me girls, and her daughter didn't know that she was the one that basically coined that phrase, you know, along with Shondaland people. They coined that phrase, like she was the original like inventor of that. And I feel like that's something here, but in a good way. It could also, it could be a double-sided coin or a double-edged sword, because I'm also picking up from Taylor Swift. She has this lyric from the TTPD, Torture Poets Department, where she's like, I founded the club she's heard so many things about. I founded the club she's heard great things about. Like Taylor Swift is saying, like, I created like that atmosphere around you that she heard of, but now I no longer get to benefit from it. It's like this disassociation from something that you created. So this could be power too. This could be something to do with work, very literal, like something that you didn't patent, or maybe something that you did and somebody is copying your design or something that you created. Or this could be, I feel like, a good thing where like you influence someone and like you're getting like the recognition for it. Like, oh, they're like, I don't know, like you, I don't know, let's say you started wearing button-down t-shirts to work, and now suddenly like every Tuesday everybody at work decides to wear button-down t-shirts, and you didn't even know that you like inspired that. So it's like you're bigger and you're more influential than you originally thought. And or it could be the negative side of that, where you're not getting credit for something that you initiated. So let's see your card. You have the death card. This death card is in the upright. And it's so interesting because now that I've pulled the death card, there's 0 people watching. And so I feel like, or at least on the thing, I feel like with the death card, with it being reversed, it's like a restart or going back to 0. I'm also seeing Zoe 101 in my head, but I think that's because of the reference from earlier. Oh, I just got it now. 101, the 0 again. It's a rebirth. In between the ones are like 2 doors. 1111 is like the portal, the gateway, going through a new door. But then there's like this 0 in the middle, and I feel like it's like looking at, like, going through into something new or going back into something from the past, but as a completely different person. So Pile 2, I feel like you might have some sort of similarities to Gabrielle Union, because I feel like she is not anything like who she used to be. She had to get really, really strict about her boundaries. And it's crazy because I'm pretty sure she considered even herself, like, people thought she was a very mean person, like, back in the day. And now she's mean as well. She's seen as mean by a lot of people, but it's for 2 completely different reasons. It's like back then she was mean because she didn't have any boundaries, and therefore she was very unhappy, and therefore she was very insecure. And now people think she's mean because she has so many boundaries and she's so secure. And I feel like that's you with that number 01011 on the clock for me. Yes, I just heard to like speed it up. I hope I can save this video, because I'm telling you, I don't be able to save my videos. All my lives just be deleted, like they just go away. I've been having such difficulty with them since I've moved. Yeah, I just heard, like, I don't know, people are quiet now. They quiet now. Like, now that I'm like confident I have some shit to say, they're quiet. There's this movie called, I believe it's called The Red Sparrow, and it's with don't cut out on me. It's like glitching. There's this movie called The Red Sparrow, and it's by this is why I shouldn't read the quotes. It's with Jennifer Lawrence, and I love that movie. I only saw it one time. It's not actually a really good movie, but I like this scene that I'm about to tell you about. So, trigger warning, just in case for anybody. So there's this scene where she's in a locker room. So Red Sparrow is a show, they have to like go get trained. Just, you know, think those little train movies where they have to train to fight or become spies or something. And so the men and the women, I think they share like a shower area. And one of the guys comes in and tries to assault Jennifer. and it scares her. She's terrified of him trying to assault her. And so later on, like the teacher person, the master, whoever is in charge, like, I don't know, I think asks what happened. I haven't seen this movie in so long, honestly, at one time, so sorry if I get details wrong. But basically, Jennifer Lawrence's character, she goes up and she strips completely naked, and she tells the guy who tried to assault her, "Come on now." And he didn't want her anymore. He no longer wanted her. And it's like she was saying, she was like, he doesn't want sex from me. He wants power over me. And now that I've taken my power back, he is no longer interested. Which also, Taylor Swift has lyrics for everything. Reminds me of the Taylor Swift lyric where it's the smallest man who ever lived, where it's like, because it wasn't sexy if it wasn't forbidden. And so Pal 2, it's like, now that you've taken your power back and you're like, y'all want to count me out and, like, I don't know, kill me out of the picture, whatever, shove me out of the way, okay, like, I'm gonna accept that fully, and I'm gonna become a whole different person on y'all. And now what? It's like, now that you've taken your power I don't know, your power back, Pal number 2, it's like, now everybody quiet. Like, what happened? It's the same thing also with the Who's Afraid of Little Old Me by Taylor Swift, where she's like, no, is it Cassandra? It's both. But I'll use Cassandra from Tortured Poets Department, the song, where she was like, when the truth, when it's kill the bitch, they're shrieking. In the streets, there's a raging riot. Some. When the truth comes out, it's quiet. Later on, I'll watch this back and I'm like, Jabria, the lyrics, you already know the lyrics, but I can't think of it now. But basically, it was saying, like, when the truth comes out, it's quiet. Like, when I tried to tell y'all, Daddy in the back, like that scene from Friday because I tried to tell your ass, Daddy in the back, he my cousin. And now you quiet now that I'd, like, explain these things to you. That's how I feel for part number 2. Okay. We actually don't need much. I'm hearing to just break the deck in half. So we have the 10 of Cups. Don't need much. That's what I'm feeling. You don't need much. I feel like in the past, Pile 2, you might have felt like you needed a lot of things. Like maybe you had like a list of like things that you wanted to attain before you would let yourself feel like good enough. Like maybe you're like, when I get a Porsche, then I'll be good enough. When I get a Range Rover, then I'll be good enough. When I have 2 luxury cars, I'll be good enough. When I get this kind of house, I'll be good enough. And now you're like, I actually don't need much. Because I got, like, I'm good with me. And then now that you don't need much, boom. 10 of Cups. Which way to go? Feeling like this one. This one is 3 of Cups. But I feel, no, this one is 4 and 3 of Cups. Lots of cups. Excuse me. Is it Gemini season still, or is it Cancer season? I don't know nothing about the zodiac, to be honest. I don't know. Lots of cups. That's what I'll say. I'm saying now that here these moons are the same, but they're different colors. Like one here. I feel like you now is like how you were back then versus how you are now. It's like night and day. It's night and day. If you've been seeing themes of like black and white, if you've been seeing like contrasting things right next to each other, these are reflections of you. Like you're a completely different person. I feel like you even view sadness differently. You don't view it as like such a useless thing. I feel like you now see the value in sadness. Here we have the Empress again, even though it wasn't the Empress earlier, it was the Divine Feminine. Lots of cups and feminine energy in these readings. So I feel like now, Pal 2, you've like branched and like bloomed and blossomed. What question? What question? Who is this Bed Wars King? If it's appropriate, I will answer it. If it's not appropriate, I might ignore it or I might call you out. Yes, go ahead. Are you going to ask the question again? Can I sing? I do sing. Yes. Okay. So everything, I feel there's no such thing as coincidence. So singing. What is this about? Lots of ringing in my ear. Okay. So I feel like pile number, the moon card, more like watery energy, and then we have the Eight of Pentacles. So I feel like what you need to know, pile number 2, with these 2 cards, is that the idea of like working hard to get what you want is an illusion. It's not true. Like it's not a real thing. Anytime in your mind where it starts to like backtrack, and you start to think, like, oh, I need to do this, this, and this. Like, I wouldn't say don't ignore it, but don't give it like your attention at the same time. Don't ignore it, but don't give it your attention. Like, did I not just say the same thing? But that's the message from Spirit. I feel like pile number 2, Spirit will continue your reading and like your reality. Okay? I need to get something to drink. Hold on. I need something to drink. Be right back. Whoa. So I feel like I'm already embodying, this is going to be the reading for pile number 3. I feel like I'm already embodying like the energy of pile number 3, like looking directly in the camera. Most of the time I'm channeling messages and I hear things. And so it's like, it's easier to concentrate on my hearing if I'm not looking at something specifically. But I feel like this energy, this pile number 4, not pile number 3, is giving like Leo, lion energy, Oshun energy, maybe Ra energy, anything associated with the sun, because I did see the strength card on the bottom of the deck. Ooh, this is making me feel some things. Wow. I didn't expect to feel like this. Ah, makes me want to cry. Ah, then we have the world. Oh, I'm not gonna cry. But basically, I'm feeling like finally, that's how I feel for pile number 3. I feel like finally you've like gotten what's it called? What's that song called? Taylor Swift. It's always Taylor Swift. Sweet Nothings. It's like, they say the end is coming. Everyone's up to something. I find myself running home to your sweet nothing. I start there pushing, shoving. You were in the kitchen humming. All that you ever wanted from me was sweet nothing. It's like that. I feel like pile number 3, you have like finally like gained something you've been trying to get the whole time. And it's simultaneously your outside, your external that's reflecting this, as well as like it's your internal. And you know what I'm picking up, because I don't know why I saw a deer in this rose shadow. I don't know why I saw a deer. But what I'm picking up is that scene from Harry Potter. It's the Prisoner of Azkaban. That's one of that might be my favorite one, because I have a crush on Sirius Black. But anyways, it's the scene where like Harry Potter is at the lake edge and all the Dementors are like sucking the life out of him, and his dad like comes with the Patronus, and he's like, oh my gosh, like I always wanted like my dad, like because he's an orphan. It's like I always wanted my dad to come and like save me, and he does. And so, but then Harry Potter, you know, and Hermione, they go back in time, and he's on the other side of the lake. He's on the other side of the lake, and he's like, oh, where's my dad? I'm waiting to see my dad. I'm so excited. And his dad doesn't come. And then he realizes that the person that saved him was him. It was him. And I remember later on in the movie, he was like, I knew I could do it. I knew I could make a Patronus that big, that powerful, because I had already done it. And that's you. That's you, pile number 3. Let's see. What's your card? Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles. You see what I mean? Like, it's like you've already done like all this work. You know what? I honestly feel like throughout your lifetimes here, you've been this big part player. You've been like a huge, big stepper through all these little centuries. You've shown up, popped up, put in so much work. And I feel like now it's time for you to receive like rewards, for you to receive like admonishments, to receive like a fucking break, but not just a break, like what you wanted. I feel like you've gotten so used to like denying what you've wanted. I feel a little like thirst, like a dryness on my tongue. Like, you're the kind of person, you always let other people eat first. Like, if there is food and you know there's a limited amount, you'd be like, y'all go ahead and eat first, and then like if there's anything left, then I'll eat. You know, you're like that. And I feel like, but you're starving, and I feel like Spirit is saying like, no, this time like you're gonna eat. You're gonna get your food. It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be like with all the things that you want on there. And I feel like this applies in all areas of your life. So pile 3, you might be having a lot of like shifts and twists and turns in your life, and it's because Spirit is like shifting you around to like make it fit. I'm seeing like in a Rubik's Cube almost, but not really. It's like one of those labyrinths, or one of those like puzzles that moves, and you have to keep slotting the pieces until they make an opening. I don't know what that's called, but I've seen it in my brain. Probably something from Harry Potter. Or like even the doors in some of the Harry Potter movies, where like the pieces have to like move around first, and then they click, and then they all like become one unified unit, and then now the door can open. That's what I'm feeling for you. Look at my little stomach. That's what I'm feeling. I think since this is coming out, and since we're talking about lions and stuff, like the sacral chakra, I feel like is also I just heard like getting hungry. So you might be more aroused as of late, and you might have like I was saying about food earlier, you might have like a taste, a craving for like more expensive foods, or more like high end, or like divine, or very particular foods. Like maybe you're like, oh, I want this fruit that only grows in this country. I don't care if it costs a fortune to like ship out, that's what I want. Or maybe you're going out of your way, driving an hour, you know, maybe some people flying to a different state or a different place an hour away to like get a particular food. And I feel like that's really important, because like I said, you're literally like the person who would allow other people to eat last. But I also feel like, I don't know, I feel like maybe you like left messages or left something in those foods. I don't know where I heard this from, but I heard this a while ago. Think about Lumerian crystals. Lumerian crystals. I don't have one. But basically they were saying the Lemurians, who were, you know, here before us, left messages in those crystals. And so it's almost like you reincarnated, and then you got one of those crystals with the message that you put in there. And that, you know, that I bring it up, I'm just remembering now the connection what I just said about Harry Potter. It's like somebody, like, it's like time not timing, and time not making sense, but it does to you, because you know, time is not linear. It's actually non-existent, and like, if anything, it's certainly not linear. But it's like in the past, you put a message in the crystals, and then you reincarnated, and you felt drawn to get a message that you left, like to trigger yourself and to remind yourself. And I feel like for you in particular, that's happening through the sacral chakra. And again, in more ways than one, this could appear as arousal, or you being really sexually drawn to a particular person or particular people, to have these sexual interactions with, because you left messages with them. Like, you have exchanges that need to be made. Okay, I think I'm gonna continue with this deck. Pile 3, I feel like somebody wants to talk to you, or somebody's really attracted to you. What do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of Cups. So much Cups energy today. Yeah, I feel like somebody want to talk to you, and like, did you not answer the phone? Like, did you not answer? Or are you like busy? Are you like at work or something? Have you not responded to someone? I feel like they're heartbroken. Anything else for pile number 3 concerning this? I feel like there's a huge emphasis on like anything pleasurable with the senses for you. Ooh, the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, lots of like wealth and abundance. 2 of Wands. I just heard this card got tired of being upside down. And then the Fool card. Whew, child. Oh, Lord. I feel like this all has to do with somebody else who desperately wants you. They desperately want your attention with all these damn wands here, the spice level. Even the 2 of Wands. I feel like this person is debating like whether or not to message you first or to message you again, or like should I express more, or should I reinforce the fact that I'm like into you and I want you? Like, should I say it again? You know what? The song Lunch by Billie Eilish. Food circles chakra, and it's sexual. It's both at the same time. It's like, I could eat that girl for lunch as she dances on my tongue. And then like there's like that line where she's like, I've said it all before, but I'll say it again. I'm interested in being more than your friend. I don't know none of the lyrics today. I'm interested in being more than your friend. Something like that. Like, I've already said this, but let me reiterate. And that's what it feels like this person like wants to reiterate. Like, can I come in again with this Wands? I would say you're very attractive, pile number 3. You might have multiple like people trying to, I'm hearing, be in your DMs. Multiple people like trying to like be in your space and like be involved. If you know what I mean. So we're gonna get these messages cards for you. I just felt like I don't know, heavier energy when I got these. I haven't used these in so long, and I actually need to make more of them. If you would like to help me make more of them, you're welcome to donate. There'll be a donation link in this description, but it's in all my other videos. But of course, you don't have to. Okay, clearing this energy out. So yeah, with these cards having this heavier energy, I feel like you've recently like moved on from like a heavy connection or a heavy energy. I just heard that little click in the background. Like, this is not that person. Just so you know, this ain't that person. It's somebody else, or somebody's else. Excuse me. You remind me of home. There's this necklace here. I feel like somebody wants to give you shit. And they also, if you wear a necklace, they like the necklace you wear and they want to touch it. They like the necklace you wear, but I also feel like they want to give you things. Like, they want to, like, I don't know, take you to their hometown. Or they want to, like, they want you to wear something, like, that has their hometown on it. So you know how, like, all like, the movies and stuff, like, I want you to wear my jersey. Like, I want you to wear my shirt. Wear my number. Like, something like that. What was it, like, back in the day? Like, I want you to wear my watch. Like, something like that. Oh, my gosh. Like, acting like a kid. This is how much I embody the energies. You give me strength, too. So I feel like this person is saying, like, this is sexual. It's like you give me the energy to continue. I don't want to get too much into that, but that's also like the strength coming up again. So this person could be a Leo, you could be a Leo, or I'm hearing this person might be a Leo, a Venus and Leo, a Leo Venus, whatever the hell that means. But yeah, like their love language, or like their love Venus, their love is expressed in a very Leo kind of way. This person certainly has the hots for you, and I feel like they don't usually do this. I feel like they're not the kind of people who are like, let's get down so quickly. But with you, I feel like it's like that scene from Grease at the end where like Danny Zuko, he's so fucking chill. Like, he's chill with all the girls. Like, he ain't thirsty about nobody. He's like, it's okay. And then at the end, Sandy put on them pants, them tight pants that they had to cut off her. And he literally like falls down. He's like, I got chills. And he like falls to the ground. He's like so dramatic suddenly. Like you like bring it out of this person. I do feel like it is a particular person, even though it could be multiple people are attracted to you. There is one person in particular that's like, ooh. Okay, one more, then I'll get advice because I'm hearing what, fuck, that just hit me in my eye. See, that's what I mean. Like so attractive, like hit me in the eye. Some sort of bug. No. Wow. 2 of them. My wounds are not easy to heal. Yeah. So yeah, this is what I'm saying. Like, I feel like this person is not the kind of person also to move on from anybody else quickly. Because it also says it hurt. I love you so much, it hurts. But forget about that for a minute. I feel like this person, like, they're very, like, slow and like serious. Like I feel like, let's say for example they broke up with somebody or they had a breakup, it might usually take them months, like 6 months, maybe 2 years to get over and clear and be attracted to someone else. That's how this person is. They're like one of those severely monogamous persons, right? And for you, it could literally be like the next day or 2 days later, and I feel like I don't know, they're like, what the fuck is going on with me? Like, this isn't like me at all. It reminds me of, like, Olivia Rodrigo's situation from Sour, where, like, she was like, it took you 2 weeks to go off and date her. But, like, what if, like, there was a whole other side to that story and the album was like, but I didn't mean to. You know, it just, they were so attractive. I couldn't help myself. It's giving me, like, Noah from The Notebook. Because I'm pretty sure he was like, he was a loner. He especially didn't like the rich people and the rich girls. He wasn't interested. He was very pulled back. I think he had like a girlfriend in high school, just very like low key. And then he saw Allie. It was out the fucking window. It was like, what? Like he jumped on the fucking Ferris wheel for Allie. And I'm cussing a lot, so I feel like this person, like I said, I don't think it's like within their characteristics to cuss a lot or to like be so forward or to be so like energetic in connections and stuff and be so sexual. I feel like they're not like that, so they thought. But you bring it out of them. Also with this, you remind me of home. I do feel like this could be like a past life connection or like a parallel life connection or like a connection from a different star system, a different planet, where this person was much more free, much more expressive, especially in terms of like their sexuality, like and on this other place. But when they were here, you know how Earth is, like the not Earth in particular, but the lower vibrational dimension, you know, the 3D, very low, very heavy, like blocked them up and locked them up, and like they never knew. Like you forget, you know, when you're born here, you forget, for the most part, people do. And then it's like coming out through the cement, okay? If you know what I mean. Anyways, I love you so much. It hurts, this little baby duck. So I feel like, excuse me, this person is actually very scared. They're very scared of getting hurt. I feel like if you become a bit confused, pile 3, like if this person seems very interested in you and then suddenly they go like quiet or like they're not on your, I was going to say something. I don't know if I can say that on here. I probably can, but you know, they're not like on you. It's not because they've lost interest. It's actually because they've gained so much interest. I feel like this aloe vera plant just moved. I don't know. It's because they've gained so much interest that like they cannot take it. Like all these fears start coming out and they're like, oh shit, like I'm in love again. How the fuck did I get here? What are we gonna do? It's like the episode of like SpongeBob where like it's a whole bunch of SpongeBobs in the mind and they're like, delete everything, and they're like running around, like deleting all the stuff because like they saw you and they're like, get rid of everybody else has to go, I don't care about anything but this person, that's all. I forgot what the order was in SpongeBob, Maybe like being a fry cook, like get rid of everything to do with like being a fry cook or something like that. And so everything in their brain is burning everything that doesn't have to do with you. And then at the end, he actually deleted his name. Like he doesn't know his name anymore. It's almost like a burnout of like being drawn towards you. And I feel like this person doesn't know it. Maybe you don't know it yet until now that I'm telling you. This is like this is like this is beyond 3D stuff. Like if you don't understand why you are attracted to this person or why you're interested in this person, or if they don't understand why they're interested in you so much. Like obviously you're a great person, but they don't understand why the need for all this hubbub, why this chaos. For one, it's been activated. Like I said, like something that was slumbering has been activated. Something that was in the ground, buried, has come out. This is for the whole collective. It's come out. And so that's for one. And like I was saying, it's bigger. It's bigger than just I like you, you like me. It's bigger than that. Let me try to think of like a way to like put it. I'm hearing like the last two like dragon eggs, like the last two pandas, like the last ones. Okay, I guess this could kind of work. Not really, but I'm seeing like the mammoths from the Ice Age movies, and he thought that he was the only one for the longest time, and then suddenly he meets another one, and it's like that you have to be together. It's like the last two something. I feel like there's something there. The last two something. I can't think of it now, but it's like that. It's like this is so much deeper than you think. Like this goes back so far. This is so much more in depth than you could possibly understand at this moment. I feel like even if you tried, it probably wouldn't be revealed to you, because I feel like that, like I was saying at the beginning of this video, that ambiguity, that unknowing, that mystery, like this mystery reading is a part of like the plan. It's like you can't know, but your souls will know. And like the advice from Spirit is like just to continue to fall in love with this person, like continue to do it because it's a part of your mission. It's bigger than just the romance of it. If you've been like focusing a lot on like how is this gonna work out in terms of the romance, and like what if this person, what if we don't get along in this, or like what if this doesn't work, Spirit is saying like bypass all these things. Obviously protect yourself and obviously keep your boundaries in place. Yes, always do that. Don't let nobody be pushing you around, you know what I mean? But I do feel like Spirit is saying like bypass it's like the free pass at those theme parks, like the Disney parks and stuff. Lots of like animal things coming out in this reading, but it's like you get the fast pass, bypass all the lines now. And I feel like that'll be evident in this connection as well, where like it will progress, I think, quicker than you would be comfortable with, or that even you yourself would have planned out. I feel like a way to confirm this for yourself, if you have a tarot deck, if you have a card deck, or even an oracle deck with like the fastest card in that deck, shuffle about this connection and it'll come out. Watch. Guaranteed. So, I feel like there's something missing. What else do you want me to do before I close out, Spirit? Keep looking. There. Those cards. Okay. And this is really important. It's important that this one is longer, even though I'm nervous. I'm like, should I keep going with this reading? Spirit is like, yes, baby girl, because it's bigger than you. That's like the whole little message. This is bigger. It's bigger than you. It's bigger than you. You know, speaking of like Greece, it's like, oh, it's this cute like story about these, you know, high school kids. They fell in love. But it's like on down the line, you know, 100 years from them doing that, they have a child. And then that child meets this person. And then this happens, and then this happens, and this happens. And if they didn't have that love story, then 100 years from now, that child wouldn't have been able to like invent, I don't know, a cure for something or make something. It's like that. It's like there's this huge sense of destiny about this. And it is very important. I feel like the mind, especially here in the Matrix, the mind can like tell you and try to trick you and make you think like, or the toxic mind rather, can make you think like, oh, love and romance, it's not that important, let's put it on the back burner. And I feel like Spirit is saying yes in most cases, but for this one in particular, no. It's actually really important that this like is seen through. And Spirit is saying like, don't worry about like mishandling other priorities that aren't to do with this connection. Spirit is saying it'll just flow. You don't have to worry about it, because this is destined, and so it's like pre-planned, and it was already perfectly facilitated and set up so it could be. And so that's why that's why you might be feeling like these shifts in your energy and feeling uncomfortable, maybe different things happening in your body. Maybe one day your ankle hurts, you don't know why. Maybe the next day you have like issue with your eye. Like it's because you're being like reconfigured in order to open up and to align with this. I keep getting so many messages. What is that one? They don't want me to stop. They want me to continue with explaining what I mean by the shifting of the body. It's like, you know, in those movies and stuff, there's like these group of like bad guys usually, and they're like, we have to reassemble the body of like this old Egyptian guy, and when he comes back, then I'll be his servant and he'll give me powers. And they had to like go and get these different body parts of this being and like reassemble them. That's what's happening for you, but not in the bad guy kind of way. It's like these different pieces of you are being reignited, and it will be uncomfortable because, for one, you've been living at I don't want to insult you. You've been living in a lower vibration than what you are naturally, how you were created to be, or, you know, because you're not really created, but you know what I mean, you just are how you originally were, right? But it's been so long. It's been so long since you've been that way. So like these pieces of you being reassembled again is going to feel uncomfortable and unfamiliar, and I feel like you might surprise yourself with how brazen you are and how bold, and why do I want to do this? Why do I feel like I should take this risk, or I should say this? And it's because the divine mind of yours is syncing up with your divine heart and alignment, and that your divine self, your higher self, ain't afraid of shit. They're not afraid, because for what? It's like, what's more powerful? They already know the truth of everything, of the cosmos. Everything is love. There's nothing beyond that. There's nothing outside of source. And they understand this truth personally because they are a source, right? And so they're not afraid of anything. They're not afraid of like these things happening in the 3D or in your life. Of if you do this, then this will happen. They're not afraid of that. So you might, it's like a walk-in kind of thing, where you might be like doing these things or taking these risks, especially pertaining to this connection, but you might feel, I don't know, calm about it, and then really calm about it and really confident in what you're doing, and then the next second feel really like afraid and have these fears come up and be really discombobulated. And it's because you're shifting to adjust, and like the pieces of who you truly are clicking back into place. And I feel like something that you would greatly benefit from, Pal 3, is getting lots of sleep, or being unconscious a lot, safely. Don't do anything that you don't want to do, you don't feel guided to, but you know what I mean. Like, usually sleeping is where you'd be unconscious, because that's going to allow a lot of integration. Your body might do this thing, I've noticed with me personally, where like you can't do something. Like, I've been wanting to like be on a computer to get something done, and I have a headache, and I literally just can't. I'll get nauseous, and you will not be allowed. And so even that time, just give into it. Close your eyes. It might take 10 minutes, might take 15 minutes, might take 30. It's not gonna take that long. But I feel like that's also like your higher self needs to be coming in your pieces igniting again. It requires a lot of like you not being like in control, if that makes sense. Okay, is it still this deck or is it this deck? And keep changing their mind. Okay, now it's no longer this deck. I think I probably already said what was going to be said in that one. That one came out right away. Is that the only one? I think so. So here we have the Mother of Swords. So we all know the owl is known for wisdom. So I feel like, again, that's like your higher self coming in spades, knowing what to do, knowing where to go, knowing how to be. Like I'm hearing, like I'm telling you, like, just trust me, I got you. With this T for the sword, like the truth, and also this being the Mother of Swords, the Queen of Swords, I feel like you might be saying shit that you will surprise yourself with saying. It's reminding me of like Venom. If you've seen the movies where like that the Venom side of him will like say shit like that he wouldn't say because it's not polite and it's not courteous, but it's the truth. Like you might find yourself saying these things that you normally would not, because your higher self is like, we ain't scared of this shit. Like they're not scared, and they're also not doing it from a place of like ego and like wanting to, like, I don't know, one up somebody. It's not coming from that. It's coming from knowing who the fuck they are. I'm hearing one more. I've done my job today. Oh man. Whew. One more, please. Yeah, there you go. And of course it's two. That's why. That's why there was a delay. If there's any like delays, it's for a reason. Like there's a lot of faith that just has to be had for you, Pile 3, just in general, not just about this connection. It's like you'll keep thinking in this very linear way with your lower self, like, oh, this has to happen in this, so of course I do this. But then Spirit is like, no. Like, let's say, for example, you want to go get some oranges, and like you can't find oranges for shit. There's no oranges anywhere, and you're like, what the fuck? And then like, I don't know, your neighbor or your cousin or your partner comes in one day and they have like, I don't know, a tray of oranges, or they bring in like mangoes, and it's like, oh, I wasn't supposed to eat oranges, I was supposed to have these mangoes, or the mangoes were gonna come in for free anyway, I didn't need to. It's like Spirit has a higher perspective. Your higher self has the higher perspective, and so it's not gonna go in the way that you want it to go. It'll go better. Okay? Inner Earth, you'll survive this. New solutions in the beginning. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, like, you and this person, that you come from somewhere like in the ground, or like from somewhere else, and it's like emerging again. There's metaphors, or there's a symbology of this in the King Kong versus Godzilla movies, and I saw, I think today, a post about this cave in Vietnam that had like a river inside of it and a whole ecosystem, like all of this shit inside of a cave, and like just now recently, I think within the last 50 years, been like reintroduced to humans, and they're like, oh, you're like this, like you come out now again, but it's new beginnings. And I feel like this time is gonna be great. That's what I'm hearing. Like this time is gonna be good. It's okay. Okay, next, jump in. Yes, say yes to change. This is what I was saying earlier, like the fast pass, like just do it, just go for it. You know when it's time. I feel like, especially anything to do with this connection, I feel like you can't really go wrong. I'm seeing a lot of like foreheads, a lot of third eye. You can't really go wrong. And this looks like an eye, that's why I was thinking that. An eye here. That's how I feel. I feel like even if you say the wrong thing, or like you don't respect one of your boundaries and you make yourself overly available, or you say something, I feel like you can't fuck it up. You can't mess this up, because I feel like anything that you could possibly think of, any actions that you could possibly take before, or a long time ago, or recently, however you want to view it, y'all's higher self, with Spirit, already planned for all of these little things. So there's nothing you could think of that you haven't already thought of that you could do that would make this go wrong. So with that being said, I also feel like this connection is extremely protected, extremely protected from a lot of shit. So I feel like you might be repelling a lot of people at this time, or like certain things might not just be able to reach your consciousness. I remember for the longest time, I didn't know who the fuck Ice Spice was. It was literally like she just popped up out of nowhere. Because I'm like, I go on social media all the time. I literally follow Nicki Minaj. Like, I always pay attention to her. And, like, I had no idea who she was. And everybody was like, oh, you know, Nicki Minaj talks about her and posted about her. And I'm like, I've never seen this person. I don't know who this is. It was so strange. It's like, out of nowhere. It's like the whole time, it's like she'd been, Ice Spice, like her celebrity status had been in a different reality than I was. It's like that. Like, things just, they won't come into your reality. And I feel like you are extremely protected and safe at this time. Yeah. Perspective. None of this matters. Zoom out. Common ground. The advice. Huge emphasis here again on, like, zoning out. Might sound crazy, might sound unhealthy. Zoning out, don't pay the bills. But I'm telling you, this is what you need to do. Zoom out. Like, spend a lot of time, like, just trying to be unconscious, or like meditating, or like zoning out of your brain, because it's very important while you're being like rewired and shifted and adjusted. And I'm hearing like this also is what I was talking about earlier, like none of this matters, like this zoning out sort of thing. It's like nothing you do could shake this, because it's already been activated, it's already been set in motion, it's already emerged from within, it's already come out. And it's like once the ball is rolling, it's not going to stop. It's already going. If you find yourself like wondering and getting anxious about this connection, wondering when they when they do the burnout thing and they like go silent, or like they're not as attentive, just ask for a sign, and I'm telling you, it'll immediately show up. Ask for a sign. It could be anything. Ask for a number, ask to see a color, ask to see a name or hear a song. It will come up immediately. It's because, like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like, it's two things. It's like, because your reality is like, this is a very destined time, very in coordination with source and your soul. Like everything, like your spirit team, your higher self is very heavily involved. And so it's like yeah, I just heard it right then. And so it's like you see, like it's like they're next to you, but like, you know, it's you. It's all you. Everything is source. You don't have to think about these separate beings. But to make it more sense to our brains, just picture like these angels or something standing around. They're right next to you. And so you say, oh, if this connection is meant for me, show me purple. If they love me, show me purple or something. And then it'll immediately pick up. I'm hearing like right now, somebody watching this video, I don't know, ask to see like purple for like, I don't know, confirmation. You'll see it. It's probably already like in your reality, like waiting on you to like look at it, and like boom. It's very quick, because it's very alive and activated and planned. Okay? Whew. So I keep wanting to say that is all, but I keep wanting to make sure, because I keep hearing different things. Tell them it'll evolve. Tell them it will evolve. That's what I just heard. As Spirit is saying to tell you it will evolve. I don't know what that means, but that's what I'm hearing. It'll evolve. Okay? Not revolve, evolve. Okay. That's all. Hopefully this will save. I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye.